Buongiorno, welcome. My name is Noura, and today is another fragrance review. Today I am going to review the new flanker of Mon Guerlain, and this is Sparkling Bouquet. So if you want to know how does the Mon Guerlain Sparkling Bouquet smell like, how does it perform, differences and similarities between this one and the original one and the other flankers, and if I would recommend it, then please keep on watching. So the original Mon Guerlain came out in 2017 and it was quite a hit, and it's still a hit till today, a cult favorite. And to be completely honest, I'm not a fan of Mon Guerlain, the original one. It was too strong, and for the longest time I didn't understand why I hated it so much until I figured it out. It's the licorice note. So there is a licorice note in the original one, and I think the intense one. So this is why I didn't like the fragrance, and I think I'm here in quite a minority because everybody loves Mon Guerlain, and it feels like I am the only person in the whole world that doesn't like Mon Guerlain. But anyway, so the original one had this lavender. You have also floral notes from, I think, jasmine and iris and rose, and the added warmth and sweetness from the vanilla and the tonka. Then in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, they came out with two flankers. The EDT version, which is the only one I didn't smell, and Mon Guerlain Floral, which is discontinued. And Mon Guerlain Floral takes the fragrance in a very fresh, a little bit fresh floral direction. So there is vanilla, there is lavender, and there is a bunch of floral notes, which I think there was ylang ylang, lily of the valley, rose, jasmine, just a mix of different flowers. And that made the fragrance, in my personal opinion, a little bit generic. Not generic, but you just couldn't distinguish any particular flower, at least to my nose. So it was pleasant, it was nice, but it was just nothing special. 2019 they came out with other two flankers. So there is Mon Guerlain Intense, and the Intense version is exactly that. It's an intense version of the original one, and licorice remained in it, so definitely this was something that I didn't like at all. And in the same year they came out with Bloom of Rose, the EDT version, and this one I do like. It's quite a fresh take on the original Mon Guerlain. So they eliminated like the tonka, the benzoin. The base notes are quite simple. There is also vanilla and sandalwood, if I'm not mistaken. It's quite rosy, as the name suggests. So you get the rose, but there is also jasmine. It's quite fresh, uplifting summer fragrance. And last year they came out with Bloom of Rose, the EDP version. And it's just an amped up version of the EDT. So you can definitely smell the rose more in the EDP version. They also added some patchouli and a little bit of fruitiness from the pear. I didn't mind the EDP version, but I definitely prefer the EDT because it was much lighter, much fresher, really a nice summer fragrance. And this year they came out with the Sparkling Bouquet, and I have to say this is definitely my favorite one from all the flankers. When I first tested it, it was on paper, and I didn't expect much, to be honest, but I was pleasantly surprised by it. So it opens up with this beautiful, fresh, citrusy, you could say sparkling lavender with pear, and when it settles down you really get the beautiful pear. The lavender of course is there all the time, but you really get the beautiful pear and some warm sweetness also from the vanilla. You get the floral notes. So it's absolutely beautiful. I fell in love. I said to myself, I definitely have to buy this fragrance. But thank God I stopped myself and said, no, you have to test it on your skin. And I'm really glad I did. So the same happened on my skin. So you have this nice opening, the beautiful mid dry down, but in the real dry down on my skin, the musk took over the fragrance. So it was just musk, lavender, some vanilla, and all the rest was in the background. So the floral notes, the pear was all in the background. So definitely test this fragrance on your skin. And then there was the longevity issue. So this fragrance doesn't last at long. It's an eau de parfum, but it's really not long lasting. It didn't even hit the 4-hour mark for me, unfortunately. So after maximum 4 hours, it became a skin scent. And the projection, let's say, it's quite a soft projection, which is something I expected from the note composition of this fragrance anyway. And speaking of notes, I didn't mention the notes. So in the top you have pear, you have mandarin orange, and also bergamot. In the mid you have lavender, you have also jasmine, sambac, and peony, which you don't get so much, to be honest. And in the base there is vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. So as you can see, what connects all Mon Guerlain flankers is the lavender and also the vanilla. It's not like the dry down is bad to say, but it's not something special, it was not something that I would run and buy. That said, this one is my favorite flanker of all, Mon Guerlain. Yes, it's the most generic one, the most mainstream, if you will. It's quite a nice, fresh, uplifting summer fragrance. I wouldn't imagine someone hating this fragrance. It's quite friendly, generic, yes, but pleasant, let's say. It's quite a pleasant fragrance. Is it a must in a fragrance collection? No. Is it worth the money? I would say no. Is it something that the Mon Guerlain lovers will like? I don't think so. Would I recommend this fragrance? I would recommend this one to someone who didn't like the original Mon Guerlain because it was too strong, who likes more floral fragrances, and also loves lavender. Yeah. This is maybe to whom I would recommend this fragrance. But it's quite generic, as I said. Definitely for summertime. This is quite fresh, quite uplifting. So a definite yes for spring and summertime. So that was my take on Mon Guerlain Sparkling Bouquet. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, then please give it a thumb up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do here a lot of fragrance reviews. So if this is something that you are interested in, then make sure also to hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. See you next time. Ciao.